Hello and welcome to day 300 of the 1000 days of no code challenge. Yes, you heard that right. We have been doing this video series for 300 days straight without missing a single day, irrespective of whether it was festival, national holiday or anything. And thank you everyone for supporting us throughout this journey. Now, I have a small request. If you feel that we have added value through these videos, or if we have helped via these videos to you, then please share it with at least 5 people. We want more and more people to watch these videos, more and more people to be able to understand how to use AI and no code to enhance their skills and build their business. So please share it with 5 more people. Thank you in advance. Let's get to the point. Today, we are going to build a finance tracker where you could upload images of your invoice or the PDF file via Telegram bot, and it will store in Google Sheets and give you all the details when you want. So let's get started. So let's start with Telegram as the trigger, and on message we have already seen this. I'm just going to use one of the accounts, and this is going to be trigger on. Okay, trigger on messages. And let me click on execute setup. I'm going to send a test message so that we can set up the entire flow. Yeah, and there you go. So we've got it. And this is right now image. Okay, so we have thumbnail, which means it's an image. I've sent a sample image over here. Now the next one is we are going to add an AI agent. Now connected chat trigger node. So prompt we'll just mention as execute the task, and we will add a system message. And the system message is going to be this one. Let me open it in full screen and show you. You are an intelligent classifier and assistant that determines the type of incoming message and runs appropriate workflow. Based on whether the input is an image or a document, run the appropriate connected workflow, image processor or invoice processor. Okay, so if it is an image, then we will run the image processor, image processor, and if it is a document, then we will process the invoice processor. So those will be workflows that we will create and that will be called, right? Now we'll use a chat model, Gemini, right? And 2.5 flash could be used. We'll also use a simple memory, and this is going to be the update ID, or you could also use the message ID. Okay, context 5 should be good enough. Okay, now in the tool section we will search for workflow. Okay, and we have something called call N8N workflow tool, right? So this is what we will use, and the description we are going to tell call this tool if the input contains a document, and the name has to match, so we will use here invoice processor, and we have to choose the workflow from here. Okay, now we have still not created it, so let's go ahead and create. And for that, let me go to just create a duplicate of this, go back to invoice logger folder and create a new workflow. Now let's call this as invoice processor. Okay, and I'll just go over here and call the invoice processor, or rather let's make it as 3, and then we will go over here and link the invoice processor 3, right, which is available over here. Okay, the trigger in this particular case is going to be on when executed by another workflow, right? And here we need file ID, okay, which is going to be a string. And let's click on execute step. Let's go here, and we have to give the file ID here. And for that, I'll have to select this again, maybe click can execute step, and let's click on save. So once we save, we'll come back here and let's refresh this. So here after refresh, you could see the file ID, and this one will be defined by the module. Okay, so just leave it at that, and we will also have the second one, but we will go there once we finish this. Okay, now here we will go to Telegram, and we have something called get a file, and we will use the same account. File operation is get file ID, right? So the file ID is coming from here, so just use that. This is already enabled by default, so leave it at that. The next step is going to be extract. Oh, by the way, just give me a minute. Okay, so we've done this for document, so yeah, that's right. Extract from file, and it is going to be extract from PDF. It's going to be data, right? So we'll run this one after the other. Now the next one is going to be the AI agent, and this is going to be defined below, and we'll just mention execute the task. We have to add the system message, and this is going to be the system message, which is you are an AI agent designed to extract structured information from invoice documents. Identify and extract all relevant fields such as sender, product service details, quantity, unit price, total price, due date, invoice number, and payment related details. Okay, input will be JSON text, and ensure the information is consistent, accurate, and standardized. Example, always use due date instead of variations like payment by or last date, right? Constraints, make sure the output format is followed strictly, and this is the output format that we need. Now, because it is coming in the structured way, we will also use require specific output format. Okay, once we do this, let's go over here, connect Gemini. 2.5 flash is good enough, and we need the structured output parser, and let's give select the option define using JSON schema, and you have to use the same schema that we had given over there, right? So that's what we can give here. Now this is all good, so let's run this, and for that I'm going to go over here and click on execute step, unpin and test. I'm going to send the document, the PDF file, not the image, and let me show you what I'm going to send. So it's this particular invoice, right? Some invoice number, due date, date of issue, date or due date, and some details, bill to details, right? What is the value and so on. So this I'm going to send via Telegram. So you can see here we have got the document, and now we have to send this document to this particular sub workflow. And let me click on save, and let me run this. You can see that it has run and it has come here. So when I select this one, you can see here the output has come, and I can actually go and execute this from here. Okay, because it is running in the back end. So we'll have to click on this one, okay, which will take you to the latest run execution. You can click on copy to editor. Okay, so this particular thing comes over here. We've got view sub execution 17643. So let's go back here and go to executions, and you can see here this is 17643. Just click on copy to editor. Okay, so this comes over here, and the file ID is available over here, right? Now let's run this. This is run. Let's run this. Okay, we get all the information. Now let's run this, and you can see that you've got all the information that we need, right? We could also include the currency, because right now we have not included the currency, and that could be an issue. So items, total, subtotal, tax, grand total, and we can also add one more thing called currency. And this should be okay. So let's copy this, then go here, we go to this one and include that over here. Okay, and let's execute this one more time. Let's see if I've got the currency. Yeah, currency is USD. Okay, let's head over to sheets.new, which will basically create Noble Sheets, and I'm going to call this as invoice logs. We can mention a few details here. Now let's come back, and we can send this to Sheets, and for that let's go to Google Sheets, right, and append row in sheet. Okay, this is the account sheet with within document, append row from list. Let's get invoice logs, right, and we have to send the subtotal, currency, from date, due date, and invoice number. Okay, so let's put invoice number from invoice date to date, amount, and currency, right? So let's come here. It's going to be the only sheet that we have, sheet 1. Match each column manually. So invoice number is coming from here. Sum is going to be this one. Invoice date is going to be this one. Due date is going to be this one. Amount is going to be grand total. Currency is going to be this one, right? So we drag and drop all of the things that we need. Of course, if you need these items to go into different sheet, then you could do that as well. Okay, but for now we are not going to do that. Let's just execute the step, and there you see we've got these two pages over here. Right now, this is extracting information from document. I'm just going to save this. Of course, we have to enable this, but I'm not going to do it now because I don't need this. We have something which is already live. Okay, so once you feel that all things are ready, you have to enable this. Okay, I'll come back here. I'll click on one more tool, and again it will be called N8N workflow tool, right? And here it will be called this tool if the input contains an image, right? And we will just duplicate this. So I go back, create one more, and we will mention when executed by another workflow. We need a field here, which is again file ID. Okay, so and this should be the name should be bill processor. Let's come back here again. I'll make it as 3 because we may have some bill processor creator already. Okay, so workflow, I'm going to search for bill processor. You can see that we already have, so I'm just going to search for it again. Come on. We have bill processor, yeah, 3. Okay, so file ID is what we have to send, and for that I need to get the file ID from the thumbnail that we saw previously. So what I'll go to is I'll go to executions, and this is the first one that we got, which was an image. So I'll just copy to editor, okay, so that we have got that particular thing. We'll rename this to will processor, and so this file ID is coming from over here. So this file ID is actually this one, but because it is added to AI agent, we can just click on this one, which will be defined automatically by the module. Okay, now what I'm going to do is run this, okay, because it has got the image over here. It'll just run and call this particular thing. I am going to this one. I'll go to executions, and you should have this. I'll just click on copy to editor, and this has got the file ID now. So the same thing like we did last time, which is Telegram, get a file, and we'll use the same account. File ID is going to be this one. Download is true. Click on execute. We've got the data. We found an AI agent. Define below. This is going to be execute the task. We'll have a system message like we did last time, right? So we're going to mention that it is the expert. It has to fetch the details, right? Restaurant details, name, string, address, and so on and so forth. Because we have structured this to get details for restaurant bills. Okay, that's how we have structured it. But if you are doing it for something else, then you can go to ChatGPT and tell, okay, I want a JSON format for extracting the information from invoices. Okay, based on what type of invoice you are looking for, you can mention it to ChatGPT and it will give you a JSON structure which can be put up over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract these details over here. Okay, of course, one thing that we missed from the previous one is the category. Okay, so we could add that over here if you have not added it yet. Yeah, so we've not added that over here, so we need to add that. System message would be something similar like what we did last time. I'm going to open this. So we say that you are an AI agent designed to extract structured information from images of receipts, invoices, or bills. And we're going to mention the structure that we need. Oh yeah, we have to add the category as well, which I missed in the last one. I'm just going to show you how this can be done over here, and you can implement the same thing in the other one, right? So I'm going to take this output over here and specify specific output format, and this is going to be Gemini 2.5 flash. That's fine. And output parser is going to be structured output parser, and JSON schema is going to be this one. Okay, so we have connected this. Let's just run this and see if we are able to get whatever we are looking for. Now the image is this particular one, okay, which is a restaurant bill. Okay, and this is 1557. Let's see if we are able to fetch that information. It's still running, and there you go. It has got the information. Let's see. Total it says 1557 and INR, right? So let's go back here. So same thing again. Google Sheets. We'll use append row and sheet. Same account. All this is good. Append row is good. Some list is going to be the invoice log, and this is going to be the sheet 1, and it's going to be manual. Invoice number is available over here. From is going to be this one. The invoice date is over here. Due date is null because you generally pay the restaurant bill on the same date, so we'll use the same date here. Amount is going to be this one, grand total, and the currency is going to be this one. Let's execute, and of course we have to create a category. Let's go for here. Let's refresh this one to get the final column, and category is going to be this one, which is food in this case. Let's execute this. Okay, let's come here. We can see this put. This was the duplicate because I ran it twice. Right, let's align those things, save it, and we are good. One last thing that we have to do is go to Telegram and just respond back, which is send message, text message. Chat ID is going to be coming from this one, and that is this thing, and output can be this one here. So let me just click on execute step. Oh yeah, so this has to be the same account that we've used. So execute step, and there you go. So the message has been sent back on Telegram. So once you're done, click on save, activate this, just click on got it. So click on save, and you don't have to activate this because this is getting triggered from some other workflow. And to ensure that you understand that this is not a normal workflow and it is being triggered by somewhere else, you can make it as sub workflow, right? So that you just know that, right? Same thing over here, make it a sub workflow and click, it's automatically saved. Okay. So once that is done, we are all good. I'm just going to close this, and I'm going to show you that this works, right? So I've enabled it. I'm going to go on sheets, and I'm going to send 2 invoices. The same thing, of course, and let's see if it runs and gets added over here. I've just sent it. Let's see if it comes over here. I've sent the image now, so I should be able to see this one. Yes, there you go. I've got this particular thing here. This was this had come as an entire address, and this is just the name. Sometimes it happens, but yeah, that's okay. We've got exactly the same thing. Now I'm going to send this image again, or rather document again. It should come along with category. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's quickly check what is this thing about. Oh, we don't know what is the category. Let's see what the AI thinks. Oh yeah, we didn't implement that particular logic, but I'm sure you know how to implement that logic, right? So you just have to go to AI agent and add one more value in the system message within this particular thing, right? After this bracket, just follow what we have done in this particular case, and also include this particular statement, which is provide a category. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to mention that over here, and we also have to get this particular thing. That will come after this one. Okay, and I'll have to go over here. Just refresh it once. Let me run this once. I've got the category. It says service, which is correct. Okay, now I'll click on save, and this is good to go. I'll run this again just to show you that this works, right? Let me go over here and I'm sending this on Telegram once again. Just sent it and we should have these details coming along with the category now. And there you go. So all the details along with the category, right? Now, for those of you who have been following us, there is one assignment for you, right? So I want you to get the workflow done where on a weekly basis, you will calculate what is the amount that we are spending, okay, from our side on, if you're using WhatsApp, then on WhatsApp. If you're using Telegram, then on Telegram. It could also be email and so on and so forth, right? You have to send back the WhatsApp message or Telegram message or email or whatever it is, right? Of what are the types of expenses that we are having on a weekly basis and what is the amount. So for example, in this case, assuming, okay, I'm just going to delete this thing and I'm going to add service over here, right? So you have to combine them together and tell. So for example, if I combine this together, then it is 3114. So in the message, it should be like food 3114 INR, right? And service, it should be like 40 USD, okay? Or even better, if you can convert the currency and then send it, okay? So you should be receiving this on a weekly basis. So you understand where you're spending and then accordingly choose to spend over the next week. And that's how you build an invoice tracker using Telegram. Of course, you could do the same thing with WhatsApp as well. We have covered WhatsApp series before. So please watch it if you have not watched it yet. And please do not forget to do the assignment. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.